All right, what's going on? It's Camel Money Beats, and I'm back at you with another video. I've had this video requested, so I decided to just make a quick, short video on it so I could give you just my insight on this type of thing and my experience with it. The question of the day that I've been getting is talent or hard work more important when it comes to being an artist or musician, producer, whatever you want to call it? The truth is that whether you like to think about it or not, talent is nice to have, but the hard work is what's going to push you through to the finish line. All right, let me explain. See, talent in my mind, it means it's something that when you do it, it comes to you naturally. That if it's whether it's you're rapping or you're singing or you're making beats, and this is kind of something that people have said maybe was the case with me. That they felt like I was a natural at making beats, and that kind of, you know, kind of recognition and that kind of feedback. It was nice. It was nice to get that feedback, but I think for my personal situation, it got to my head, and it was something where I realized at a certain point that, like, okay, this talent is nice, but I'm not doing anything with it. It's just sitting there. And that's why it's important to just know that without the hard work, the talent means nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say hard work beats talent every single time, because those that are willing to put in the work, those are guys who are willing to stay up the late nights, do all the crazy things that they need to do, or just are in a place of understanding that they need to learn more, are going to be the ones that are going to beat out the ones that are just relying on talent and not willing to put in the work. It's that simple. Let me give you a short, quick example of what that looks like. Okay, imagine you're back in school. All right, and we all went to school at some point, high school, elementary school, whatever school you want to call it. Okay, and there was some subject that maybe you were really bad at or that you were really good at, and that it either came naturally to somebody else or that they had to put in the work. So let's take an example of you being this person that it came natural to you and somebody else had to put in the work. Well, what happens is there's a certain point where you don't really have to study for things, and you don't study for tests. You don't really care about your homework. You do your homework in 5 minutes, you get A's. You don't study for your tests, you get A's. Meanwhile, this other guy is putting in the work, putting in an hour for his homework, putting in an hour for his study, doing all these whatever times that it takes, and maybe he's getting consistently B's or B plus or whatever his grade is, right? After a certain point, what's going to happen is your talent or the ceiling of your knowledge is going to cap out. And guess what? This guy has been with you the whole time, but he's used to putting in the work. So what's going to happen is when you hit that ceiling of not being able to go past that, you're in a place where you're not used to studying. You're just used to getting it, right? And if you haven't built this momentum of putting in the work, what's going to happen is you're going to hit this ceiling, and this other guy that's used to putting in the work, he's going to excel. Meanwhile, you're going to get to a point where you're like, oh man, I have to study now. I have to do this homework. I have to put time into this. And that might discourage you from doing that type of thing to push you to the next level. And since this guy is already used to putting in the hard work, there's a higher chance that this guy is going to go further because he's already kind of built a work ethic and built a system for him that when a challenge comes his way, that he knows what he has to do to overcome that challenge. It's plain and simple. So this is the most prime example I give people when it comes to understanding talent versus hard work. Now, there are some people that might be talented and they maybe want to do the hard work. They just maybe don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. Again, they're so talented in things that, they maybe have got to a point where they're like, all right, you know what? I need to start doing some things. I need to start learning some things. I need to start getting to a certain point where I am further than where I'm at now. And that is when you start to dive into the YouTubes, you dive into getting help, you do what you can, but at the end of the day, you put in the work so that you get your results. Plain and simple. So, segue into certain things. If you're an artist and you're somebody who needs help with this kind of a thing and just understanding what kind of things they need to do to put in the work, to have the work ethic to take you to the next level, please feel free. Send me a DM or an email or something. I'm helping artists all the time on all these type of things. And I know it's kind of like a little bit of a shameless plug, but I did want to plug that in there, that this is something that you can get help with. And just because you're somebody with talent and you feel like you're hitting this wall, don't feel like you're going to be stuck there forever. That, you know, I'm just not used to putting in this work. I don't know what to do. It's not the end of the road. You know, you can take it to the next level. You just need to know what to do. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys understand the importance of hard work versus talent, and that basically it would be nice to have talent, but the hard work is what's going to push you to the next level, and it's the most fundamental thing of getting you to where you want to go. So that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.